Hello everyone, today I am going to discuss a problem and its solution, and the title I have chosen for it is Unemployment and its Solutions, that how we can fix unemployment problem throughout the world. So to discuss this I would take help of few points, and I will give a little brief introduction about those points, that how I think that those points could be helpful to fix the unemployment problem. So what are those points? And before that, if you want to give a brief, that because of industrialization and because of the technology, that we can see that day by day that the problem of unemployment is increasing throughout the world. So this little help, this little uh, um, points which I am going to discuss with you, I believe that with this, without bringing a much change in our social and the economic structure, we can fix or reduce the unemployment problem. So what are those points? The first point is the simple living and the creative thinking. This particular point, simple living and the creative thinking, is directly related to individual who is doing some job or who is an employee basically. So how this employee can help to reduce unemployment problem. So let's consider this particular employee or any employee life, how it goes. Initially he joined some company to for his survival, for his earning, and to just take care of his family, let's assume. And he do a job for at least 20 to 25 years in one organization or the various organizations. He may change the jobs from company to company. So he particularly do one thing, that he occupy one job position for a period of 25 to 30 years throughout his life. He do the job. Second thing he also does is that as soon as his job grows, or his position in the job grows, his earning increases, and he also increases his needs and his desires. And for example, the moment he was let's assume 20 years of 25 years of his career experience, his dependency upon the job increases instead of the decreasing, and his needs were, and dependency on the job when he was a 2 or 3 years of experience employee, was very less as compared to when he reaches to 20 or 25 year or 10 to 15 years of experience of his career. And this happened basically because he increases his needs too much. He wants to live happily, and for that he buys so many things, and he has to put money everywhere. And most of the time it happens that at the end he also don't know, let's assume, that what he has to do actually with his saving if he has no children, and what exactly he is going to, or to whom he is going to donate whatever he has accumulated so far. So how this employee, with changing a little his mindset, he can help to solve this unemployment problem. The first thing is that if that particular employee from the very beginning, from the first year of his career, he joined the job and commit to himself that in the period of 5 to 10 years I am going to learn the entire business, or at least a one business model. With the help of that knowledge and with the help of those skills, I would be able to set up my own organization in the matter of 5 to 10 years. And with that mindset and with that the commitment, if he do a job for 5 to 10 years, definitely he will accumulate the knowledge to run a business. So and then the moment he will able to set up this business, and for that he has to also do the saving at the same time. From the very first year he has to do saving, because this saving will be helpful for him, and when he has to take some little break from his day-to-day work, and he has to set up his own organization. So he will benefit, and this particular mindset will benefit the problem of unemployment in two ways. First thing is that instead of occupying particular job position for you can say 20 to 30 years, he will be able to free from that job and leave that position for someone else who is very younger than him in a matter of 5 to 10 years itself. And second thing, the moment he will start his own business, definitely he is going to help to create more and more jobs. So he is, this one particular effort, the simple living and the creative thinking, will make a big change to solve the problem on unemployment. Second point I would say is grouping for the right reason. How this grouping for the right reason, particular point, will help to solve this problem of unemployment? What I think about it. So we see nowadays in our social environment that people connect for do some kind of for they connect for the wrong reasons. I would say that they are very happy to connect for the parties. They are very happy to connect for fight, or they are very happy to connect for all the wrong reasons. He has to oppose the government. He has to oppose some company. He has to. I don't know that he can undo. People connect for many reasons, for wrong reasons, and they fight with each other. Instead of that, if people change their mindset and try to connect for the right reasons, and then what kind of right reason could be, we see the people, if you want to begin some company or he has to do some startup, he is planning to do that, he will find very hard to find other people who could trust upon him and who can help him, and that's why most of the startups does not begin itself. And the people who group together and begin the startups also, they for their own reasons, their own selfishness sometimes, they for their own greed, they fight with each other and they could not continue this organization for so long. So if people change their mindset and try to group for the right reason, right, so they will definitely bring a lot of jobs for others, and they will create good companies. That is my belief. Third point I would say is the complete education. The complete education, what I mean by it is that complete education means that if your education you are not directly converting to or applying to your life and for others' lives, then your education is not complete. I would take an example that there are a lot of thousands of people are giving different bank exams, different competition exams they give for, and they wait for few jobs to get. But how many actually from this, let's assume that a group of 1,000 people who are preparing for some exam, how many would get succeed and how many will actually get job? His number is very less actually. So instead of preparing for some exam, some organizational exam, if people try to group together and understand the organization structure and our organization flow itself for 1 or 2 years, they would be able to start their own companies. Instead of getting a bank job, they will be able to create their own small banks, their own financial institution they will be able to create, and people are doing it. So with that, this mindset, the complete education, that whatever I want to learn should not be limited up to the job needs. Instead, it has to grow till the company needs, till the business needs. So with that mindset, also people could help. Fourth point I would say is think about others. How this particular thing could help, I would say, to solve this problem. So think about others. Let's assume, take an example of family where the husband and wife both are earning, and they are earning good amount of money. So what they will do is that if the money is more than their need, they will spend this money for the luxury. Instead of if they think for others, so what can be done is that if particular one husband or wife is earning enough amount for their family and their surrounding needs, what they can do with the other family member, either husband or wife, again I'm saying, that could do some kind of business or could do something else other than a job. How this will help for the unemployment is the one family will give one job to one other family, right? So instead, and then the money which was coming to one family more than need will be divided into two different families, and two more people will get benefit, and this how this particular problem will help to, this particular solution will help basically to solve the unemployment problem. And I would say that the employment, the fifth and the last point I would say, the employment and you can say business balance in the family. For example, in a family there are 3 siblings, you can say 2 brother and 1 sister. So if one brother is doing good jobs in some good organization, he can help his other siblings to start their own, set up their own business, and for this he can help from this earning from his own salary, and also he can share the knowledge what he is learning throughout his career. So in this way also people will not be able to only depend on the job, but within the family they will be able to create good business values and good amount of job they can create. So these are the small efforts, I would say, people can think about and they can apply into their life, and this particular big problem of unemployment could be really solved very much if we try to make such kind of society, if we try to make such kind of economic system within ourselves. So instead of on depending for everything for the government, for the companies, people should think about their own needs, and actually when they think about the own needs has to be others needs as well. So at the time of thinking, I'm thinking that I need something for my family. I should also think that there are some families who have nothing for their survival, right? So in this way we can help each other, and with these small efforts we can definitely solve the problem of unemployment up to a certain extent. So that was the point of discussion, and that was my effort of sharing my thoughts. What I would request from you is that if you have similar ideas which really can help to the society and to solve this problem of unemployment, we could not only live the life better, but we could also provide a better life to others. So that was the entire effort of this discussion, and I would be waiting for your ideas, which we would not only keep to ourselves but will share with others for the benefit for all. So that was the thing. And thanks for listening. And I will be coming very soon with one new topic, one new idea for myself and for everyone else.